Next, let's talk about sharing assets or files as external review links so that people outside of your project can review them and leave feedback. Anything within Assemble can be shared as an external review link, but let's go ahead and start with this video here. As you can see, we've uploaded this video. Our internal team has come in here and left some comments. But now let's say we want to send it out maybe to a client or somebody outside of our organization so that they can leave feedback on that asset. We'll just come up here, click share and share review link. In here, we're going to have a couple settings. We can track views. We can choose whether it can be downloaded or not and password protected, amongst others. But let's just go ahead and create that link. And this has now created a link that can be sent to people and they can access it with no Assemble account required. So let's just go ahead and send it out to someone here. And that person's now going to receive an email with a link to this asset. You can also just copy the asset right here. But let's go ahead and take a look at what this asset's going to look like to that external user. So I'm going to open up an incognito window here. Imagine I'm the client. I received this email, but I've never heard of Assemble, and I click this link. For security purposes and to track the views, it's just going to ask me for my email. But as you'll notice, I don't have to sign up. I don't have to create an account. I can just jump in here and begin to review the asset right away. I can jump in here. I can hover, begin to leave feedback. Just going to need my name so that we know who's talking. And I can start to drop that feedback on the asset. And once that feedback is done, it's all going to flow back into the project. So let's go ahead and look at the logged in view once again and return here. And there's a few things I want to cover. First and foremost, if we open up the share settings again and go to share review link, we can now see when this user has viewed that link. There's going to be a green check mark telling you how long ago they viewed it. This is a great way to just make sure that they saw the link that you sent them. Secondly, we're going to get a notification telling us that new feedback has been left on this asset. And third, if we look over here on the right side, we can see that there's this new tab that's been created called review link. And if we click that, we can see a notification there. This is where that feedback from that external user was collected. And so what you'll notice is that this entirely new feedback thread was created the moment you shared a review link. And what that does is it keeps that external feedback separate from your internal team's feedback. If we jump back out to look at that client or external user view, we can see that they only see the review link feedback thread and have no way to see our internal team's feedback. So it automatically manages the internal versus external feedback for you every time that you share a review link out. Great. Now that we've covered that, let's talk about sharing documents. Let's say that you've created a document. In this case, I'm going to use the example of a call sheet. So we've built this document entirely in Assemble, and now we're going to want to send this out to our crew for this shoot. So I can just come up here, click share, and then share document link in a very similar way. And once again, we can create a review link for this document in the exact same manner. We have some options such as password protection, but an important option here is the ability to share as presentation. By default, if I share this out to those external users with this unchecked, it will be collaborative, meaning that they can actually come in there, edit with me, work with me, which can be great if you're trying to collaborate with people outside of Assemble projects. But in this case, since it's a call sheet, we probably don't want them to edit that. So we can turn share as presentation mode on. And what that's going to do is turn it into a read only so that it's simply a presentation for them. You can also add a custom email and some other options. Let's go ahead and create link. And then once again, just copy and paste or type in the emails that you want to send it to. And that's now been blasted off to that user. So just like before, let's go ahead and take a look at that. Imagining I'm that external user once again, I click the link. It's going to ask me to confirm my email so that it knows that I viewed it. And as you can see, I'm into this beautiful, simple read-only version of that call sheet, which I can access on my laptop, my mobile device, anywhere it's going to display perfectly. It is a read-only, so they're not going to be able to change it because I turned that presentation mode on. But one of the great things about Assemble documents is that if you make an update, it's going to update in real time. So if there's a change in the schedule or something of that nature, you can simply change the document and that's going to update in real time. You never have to resend it. Everyone is connected instantly. You can share anything within Assemble as an external review link. It doesn't just have to be videos and documents. It can be photo galleries, submissions, or any sort of file type.